Hey, I forgot to tell you. We got a new nickname for you. It's old B's idea. Want to know what it is? Vinegar Tits. Hey, how about that, eh? Vinegar Tits.
You really are the most uncouth slut, Doyle.
Oh, don't blame me, Vera. It's old B's idea. She thought it up.
Did she indeed?
Vinegar Tits.
If that nickname you've given me is mentioned by one more girl in this place, well, I'm going to fix the lot of you, so help me.
What nickname?
You know what I'm talking about.
I damn well don't know what you're talking about.
What'd she call you, Miss Bennett?
Get out, Lizzie! You're already making the place even more of a mess. And it doesn't take 3 of you to clean up in here. Marilyn, you get your hands dirty for a change. And you two, back to the laundry.
Okay.
Morning, Greg. Can you spare a moment?
Sure. Social call, I hope.
No, it's Mother. She had a bad night last night, and I said I'd speak to you and arrange an appointment.
Well, I'll call over this evening if you like.
Oh, she's getting worse, Greg. I don't know what to do anymore.
You could consider putting her into a nursing home.
She wouldn't go.
Have you asked her?
No, I couldn't do that.
You're looking a bit run down yourself, you know. You've not been working too hard, I hope.
Oh, what choice have I got? We're an officer short, and, well, Meg's got a day off.
Your blood pressure is still too high, Mrs. Bennett. You must be careful not to get excited. I'll prescribe you some more tablets, but promise me that you'll take them.
Yes, Doctor. Oh, it's hard not to worry, though. I hate being such a burden to Vera. She's got her own life to lead. She can't always be running after me.
Did Vera mention bringing in a nurse?
We did discuss it. And Vera feels she'd be happier looking after me herself.
All right, Mrs. Bennett. Now, you take care. I'll be able to see you again soon.
Thank you, Doctor.
I'll show you out, Greg. Thanks for coming over.
It's a pleasure. Just make sure that she takes those tablets, because there's no point otherwise. You do realize. Yes, of course. See you tomorrow. Good night.
It's nice to see you on your feet again.
It's quite a good doctor. Why can't you get yourself a man like that?
Oh, look, don't start that again.
You're starting to look like a shriveled up old prune. No man would look twice at you.
Well, whose fault's that? I've been looking after you for 12 years. When have I had a chance to even meet a man?
No, that's right. Blame me. Well, just look at where you work. A prison. Why can't you get yourself a decent job? You're getting old and hard before your years, Vera.
Oh, look, lay off, Mum. Just lay off.
I hope Dr. Miller doesn't charge us his full fee.
Why shouldn't he?
You work together. Not that makes much difference, I suppose. You can't trust doctors. They're all the same. They're out for every penny they can get.
But I thought you liked him.
Did you? Well, don't think that I don't know what's been going on behind my back. Trying to get a nurse in here. Next thing is he'll be trying to put me in a home.
Oh, nonsense. Don't forget to take your pill.
Don't think I don't know what you've been trying to cook up behind my back. I'm not blind. You want to get rid of me, don't you? Your own mother, after all I've done for you, and you turn around and treat me like that. Well, I'm not going. You can tell your doctor friend that. I'm staying here. No one can force me out of my own house. There.
Mum! Mum!
It was to be expected, Vera. You knew that.
You're starting to look like a shriveled up old prune. No man had ever looked twice at you. Just look at where you work. Prison. Why can't you get yourself a decent job? You're getting old and hard before your time, Vera.
Still on duty? Thought you were on the early shift.
I'm just doing some overtime.
Are you all right? I noticed you haven't been looking well lately. Have you been sleeping since your mother died? Well, I know what it was like for me when Bill went. Why don't you see Greg? Perhaps he could give you something.
There's nothing I want from Greg, thank you. Yes, what is it?
I was worried about you. You seemed so upset earlier on.
Look, I'm perfectly all right.
Are you sure? I mean, I know what it's like when you lose someone
Look,
close
I'm
to
on
you.
my way out. I've got this friend coming to pick me up. Well, he'll be here any minute.
Oh, well, I'll be off. I'll see you tomorrow.
Friend. That'll be the day you find yourself a friend. You ugly, useless.
Don't you think you've had enough, madam?
What do you care as long as I pay for it?
Well, what the hell's the matter with all you people? If I wanted to drink alone, I could have stayed at home.
But you gotta get out. You gotta meet people. You've gotta make new friends.
Well, that's what they all keep telling me. Well, here I am. Well, how about showing a bit of friendliness?
Come on, you've had enough, and I think you're annoying these people.
Not half as much as they're annoying me. You! I've seen the way you've been looking at me as if I'm some sort of slut or something.
Come on, that's enough.
Don't tell me that's enough. Who the hell do you think you are anyway? Just leave me alone.
This is who I am, madam. A police officer. And I think I might just take you in for being drunk and disorderly. Okay, here we go. Whoa, careful, careful. That's all right, come on. Just sit down over here.
I'm sorry. I've caused you all this trouble.
No trouble. I mean, I should be the one to apologize for threatening to arrest you. Of course, I didn't know then that you were in an allied industry. How about I make you some coffee?
No. Look, just give me a minute and I'll do it.
Okay. You know, you ought to stay out of places like that. You could easily get yourself in a lot of trouble. Well, you're too nice a person for that.
I didn't know it was going to be like that.
Now, come on now, don't get upset. It's all right, you're home now.
Oh, it was all the years stuck away in here looking after my mother. I never had a chance to meet anyone nice. You know, when she died, I knew I had to meet people. But it's not easy for me. Every night, I'd get myself dressed up to go out. Oh, dear, when it came down to it, I just couldn't do it. Well, I'd sit here drinking, feeling sorry for myself. Well, they all hate me at work. I just try to do a good job. Oh, they hate me. Do you know, tonight I finally did it. I got the courage to go out. And all I did was make a fool of myself. They were all laughing at me. I could I could hear them laughing. They all hate me. Everybody hates me. They do.
Good, you look like you need a stiff brandy. Medicinal purposes only, of course.
Look, I'm sorry about last night. Well, I don't normally... It was just... Would you? Oh. Well, Graham, I'd love to. 7:30 tonight. Well, I'll look forward to it. Goodbye.
This is not a public phone, Miss Bennett. I'd appreciate it if you took your private calls elsewhere.
Oh, I'm sorry. Detective Lang.
Oh, Miss Bennett.
I was just told someone from Consortium wanted to interview one of the girls. I wasn't expecting you.
Yes, well, I was only put on the case last night. What can you tell me about Marilyn Mason?
Oh, she's in and out of here for prostitution, porn movies, that sort of thing.
Is she likely to give us any names, people she worked with?
Oh, I doubt it.
Well, not going to get through to her that way.
Oh, look, that's the lunch break. You'll have to finish with Mason now.
Oh, damn. Wanted to break this one quickly.
Oh, look, I'm sure you won't have any trouble, Graham.
You're some woman. You know that, Vera?
I'm sure you didn't think that the other night.
Oh, come on. Anyone working in a place like this needs to break down once in a while. Look, Vera, about our date tonight. Well, it's been a bit heavy at the office. You know, a lot of paperwork. Maybe we could make it another night, hmm?
Oh, look, there's no need. Why don't you come over to my place and relax and I'll cook?
Okay. Look, there's a favor I'd like to ask.
Of course.
You're in here with Mason all the time. Maybe a bit of pressure and she'll come through with a few answers.
Well, nothing will give me greater pleasure.
You know, that was what I call a really good meal. You're a woman of many talents. You know that, Vera?
Oh, thank you. Have you got anyone special tucked away, Graham?
And why'd you ask that?
Oh, a man like you, I can't see him being alone.
Yes, well, you know, work keeps me too busy.
Look, I didn't mean to pry.
No, it's okay.
Must be a difficult job.
Yes, it would be easier if the department would let me do it my way, instead of all this pussyfooting around. I mean, crims are animals. They don't deserve to be treated like human beings.
Yes, well, I'll break Mason.
You know, it's not often I find a woman who thinks like me. And, I think I might have just thought of a way of saying thank you. Lang speaking.
Graham, Vera.
Ah, Vera.
I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
Well, tell you the truth, things are a bit hectic, yes.
Well, it's just that we didn't set a date for our next evening.
Oh, yes, that. Well, I am a bit snowed under here.
Oh, that is a pity. Oh, by the way, Marilyn Mason.
Yeah?
Well, I've managed to convince her that it's in her own best interests to talk.
Are you sure?
Of course. Now, is it quite impossible for tomorrow night?
Well, yeah, actually, all work and no play, eh? But I'll see you before then when I come in to see Mason.
Fine. Until tomorrow, then.
You promise you won't let on who told you all that stuff?
Oh, you have my word on that, Marilyn.
You can go now, Mason. You happy now?
Oh, yes, too right. I mean, with this little lot, we'll be having a few arrests tonight, won't we?
Tonight, but I thought...
Oh, yes, our date. Look, I'm afraid that'll have to wait. I mean, I've got people to see, the report to get started on. You know how it is.
Well, tomorrow night, then.
Well, I'm not sure. Look, I'll call you, okay? Geez, at the time, I've got to run.
But when?
No, look, really, I've got to go. See you.
Well, one...
You can still surprise me, Mrs. Davidson.
Really?
Why don't we single out the ones we've definitely got something on and make examples of them? Otherwise, this...
What would you suggest?
Well, I don't think I need tell you what legal, perfectly legal, disciplinary measures are at our disposal. I'd begin with a 7 o'clock curfew, withdrawal of all privileges...
And within 2 days, we'd have a situation here, Miss Bennett, that even you would not relish. You know how understaffed we are. It is only because of the tacit cooperation of the majority of prisoners that we function at all.
And how do you think we get that cooperation? By patting them on the head?
Certainly not by breaking heads. You had a great deal to say yesterday, and I let you say it. Only because I do not wish to humiliate an officer in front of her colleagues. But I will speak my mind now, Miss Bennett, and you will listen very carefully. I am well aware that you exceed your authority in some areas, and that your overall attitude to the women is quite at odds with the way in which I will have this prison run.
You don't know these women. You can't. You come here with your university degrees over officers with years of experience in the prison service.
Such as yourself?
And others. You have a lot of fine theories. Oh, yes. These women can roam around unescorted, sit around gossiping. Look at Mason and that electrician. Everybody knows about them, copulating in corners while we all look the other way.
I have that situation in hand and I'm dealing with it.
What are you going to do about it? Provide them with a double bed?
Don't be impertinent. Let me remind you that I am in charge here and you are not. Now return to your duties.
Yes, madam. If I was governor of this place, Anderson and Doyle would still be here for one thing.
Would they?
Yes, they'd never have got near that fence. Security would have been too tight.
You won't be happy until they bring back the rack and the thumbscrews, will you, Vera?
Oh. Get up, Ferguson!
She's sick. She needs a doctor.
What's wrong with her?
You go and have your shower, love. I'll look after her.
I think it's my appendix.
If it was, the pain would be on the other side. It always starts on the left side. Now get up, Ferguson. You're not fooling anyone.
I'm sick, Miss Bennett.
I gave you an order. Get out of bed. What's going on?
It's time you had a taste of your own medicine, Vera.
Don't try anything. Smith, Ferguson, if either of you do a thing, you'll wish you hadn't been born.
I'm in here for life. Remember? I've got nothing to lose.
Monica thinks she's got appendicitis. She's lying in bed in agony and can't get up, and Vera won't get help.
Mrs. Jackson, come quick. Vera's gone crazy and she's bashing on here. We can't stop her. Quick! Come on!
They're coming. No, Bennett, no, I'm sick. Sorry, Molly.
She hit her, Mrs. Jackson. I tried to stop her, but she just went crazy and laid her out. She's gone mad, I tell you. Crazy.
Vera! You're not taking this accusation seriously.
Vera, you know that I have to.
With my record of service, do you really think I'd jeopardize that by lashing out at one of those women?
It doesn't matter what I think. I can't just ignore it. The women have rights too, you know.
Oh, yes. The women have rights. The right to do what they damn well please and the right to get away with it. If I was in charge here, I'd show them who had the whip hand.
I'm well aware of your views, Miss Bennett. However, no officer is permitted to lay a hand on a prisoner unless in self-defense. Did you strike Ferguson in self-defense?
Will you tell her? Did you see me strike them?
No, but you were standing over her.
I was standing, thank you very much, Mrs. Jackson.
Yes, well, I think perhaps a couple of days off till we get to the bottom of this.
But that's an admission of guilt.
If you remain on duty, it will only make matters worse. It'll be doubly difficult to get at the truth.
I've told you the truth. I refuse.
I am not asking you, Miss Bennett. I am ordering you.
Some of you might like to think that you run this place. But let me tell you, ladies, that you're sadly mistaken. All of you will do what you're told, when you're told, and you will do it at once. Well, I hope I make myself clear. For all your sakes. Now, Ferguson, get your things out of Smith's dormitory. You won't be told again. Move!
Everything all right?
It better be.
I'm glad we got that other ugly business cleared up.
Oh, yes, sir. Thanks for your help.
Nothing to do with me, Vera.
Who then? Did someone talk?
Does it matter?
It does to me. The governor just said I was reinstated. If you know something, Meg, I think I have a right to be told. Yes, Superintendent. They've had it soft for too long. Oh, Mrs. Davidson. Oh, she's taken the day off. I'm in charge at present. Yes, well, thank you. Yes, her feet do seem about a foot off the ground sometimes. No, it's no experience. Oh, look, something's just come up. I'll have to go. Goodbye. What happened to knocking?
Oh, it's only you in here, Vera.
I'll have you know that while I occupy this office, I expect the same respect you'd give Mrs. Davidson. Well, what's your problem?
What did you tell Goodwin about Barbara Davidson?
Oh, that.
He's put 2 and 2 together and made 5, but I guess that was your intention. You'd love to discredit Mrs. Davidson, wouldn't you?
I don't like your tone, Meg.
Oh, don't get carried away, Vera. You're only in this office for one afternoon.
I don't understand you. You're a prison officer like me. What do you see in her?
She's in charge here.
That could change.
I know that's your idea.
I've never made any secret of it. And I've told her, right to her superior face, her and her la-di-da ways, her education, and her famous judge father. She makes me sick.
So I see.
Vera Bennett wouldn't even let me go to her funeral. That stinking bitch wouldn't even let me bury my own daughter.
Roberts, you've got a visitor. Well, come on, hurry up. It's your kid. She's in the garden. And you, Smith, can get back to the laundry where you belong.
Your behaviour negates any right you may have.
Well, it's easy for you to judge, sitting up here in your nice, safe office. You don't have to handle a rabble day after day.
If I did, I'd do a downside better job than you do.
I've been with the department for years. No one has ever found fault in the way I do my job except you.
Dear God, you can hardly call it finding fault when I have clear evidence that you stood by and watched one prisoner beat another one.
What evidence? Just the word of one of those sluts?
That is enough. I intend to report this.
You can't. You know how these women say anything to get at me? Well, look at Smith and her disgusting friends and the way they tried to frame me on that bashing charge.
And it was Barbara's statement that cleared you. Look at the way you're repaying her.
You told me to treat her like any other prisoner.
If this is the way you treat other prisoners, then you deserve to be reported. I'll let you know what I decide. In the meantime, I'll try to clear up this mess you've made with Barbara. And I want you to stay as far away from her as possible.
With pleasure.
Evening, Molly. That's tonight's lot. There'll be a long later, so keep an eye out, okay?
Anne Yates. It's me, Vera. Vera Bennett.
Oh, Vera, I didn't see you there. My goodness, what a surprise. How are you?
Oh, not bad, considering.
Still at Wentworth?
Oh, yes, I'm still there.
And how's that? Much the same, I imagine.
Yes, much the same. Oh, a little worse, if anything.
Not so many perks.
Oh, it's not just that. Oh, well, that too. It's the system's generally getting too lenient. We're becoming slaves to the prisoners. To tell you the truth, you wouldn't know the place.
Is that so?
Yes, Davidson's worse than ever. You'd think we were running a home for motherless kids instead of a prison. Well, it's disgusting. You know what these women are like. Give them an... Oh, look, I'm awfully sorry. I didn't even think to offer you a drink.
No thanks, Vera. I'd rather not.
Oh, go on, just one. It's really nice to talk to someone who understands.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Vera, but I'm expecting a phone call at home and, look, why don't you come back to my place? That is, if you don't mind if it's just us. Or are you expecting someone?
Oh, no, I just popped in for a quick drink. Well, that'd be very nice. Are you sure it's no trouble?
Oh, no trouble at all.
Oh, it's lovely.
Excuse me for saying, but you must be doing really well now.
I have fallen on my feet, rather. It's not that special, but it's comfortable, and I couldn't want for more.
I wish I knew the secret. I've always wanted a place like this.
Well, it's just one of those things. This time it was my turn to strike it lucky.
What do you do?
I work for some friends. It's their own business, just a small affair. I couldn't ask for a better arrangement. I'm completely set up, as you can see. And they're not mean with their pennies. Oh, I forgot to ask, you do drink vodka?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Oh, good. So, tell me about you. You're still living with your mum?
Oh, no, she passed on earlier this year. Actually, just after you left.
How did she, poor love? So you're on your own now?
By myself, yes.
Taking advantage of that situation, too, I bet. Lots of parties, making up for lost time. I can just imagine.
Not really.
Vera, you disappoint me.
Well, it's not easy when you're at the prison all day.
Don't I know it? How glad I am that's all behind me. You take it from me, Vera. If you know how to make a quid in the prison, then you know how to make a lot more outside. You know what I mean. So, what do you do in your spare time?
Oh, nothing, really.
Oh, don't sound so miserable.
Well, that's what I am most of the time. Miserable.
I could show you a good time if you'd let me. You can start tomorrow night. Just a little party around here. Meet a few of the mob and see how you go. You never know. It could be a changing point for you.
Oh, well, I don't have anything planned.
Well, then it's all set.
That's very kind of you.
Not at all. I think they'd be most interested to meet you. Let's get you a drink first, and then you can meet everyone. Oh, this is Ellen and Larry. Meet Vera, an old friend from way back.
Hello, pleased to meet you.
And this is George Lucas. We were just talking about you. This is Vera Bennett, George.
How do you do?
Hello.
Well, what do you have to drink? Vodka?
Oh, I'd prefer a scotch if you don't mind.
Aha. Good taste in drinks, too. I think I'll join you. On the rocks?
No, with dry, please. You really do have a nice flat here.
Thank you.
George is my landlord. He owns the whole block. He might have one available. What about it, George? Any vacancies?
Actually, there is one on the 3rd floor. Very nice. Good view.
There you are.
Look, I couldn't afford it.
Nonsense.
No, really, I couldn't.
I think we could arrange something for a friend.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Oh, that's just it. I don't get my way. I might be the deputy governor, but I'm quite powerless.
It'll come.
Perhaps.
I'll tell you one thing. You're the first prison officer I've ever met to wear Chanel No. 5.
Are you two going to sit here all night?
What's a dance?
Well, yes, thank you.
May I ask who's calling, please? It's for you, personal. Anne Yates.
Thanks, Nick. Hello? Anne, oh, I'm fine. Look, thank you very much for last night. Oh, reasonably late. Actually, he's taking me out to lunch today.
I'm delighted. Yes, I realise that. Will you ring and tell me all about it? Have a nice time. Bye.
What did she want, Vera?
Who?
Anne Yates. That was the Anne Yates who used to work here.
It's none of your business.
When a prison officer is dismissed for malpractice, it is the rule that other prison officers do not continue to associate with her. Now, you know that rule, Vera.
Yates was not dismissed. She resigned.
That was just a matter of good timing on her part, and you know it.
Think what you like. Look, I don't pry into your personal affairs, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't pry into mine.
You're really something, you know. I mean it.
Oh, I talk too much.
I like listening.
Would you like to come over and have dinner one night?
I'd love it.
Tonight?
Tonight I can't make it.
Not to worry.
Well, how about tomorrow? Well, that's it.
Tomorrow? Well, that'd be just fine.
Good.
What a beautiful lighter.
Take it. It's yours.
What? I can't.
It's just a present.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Why not?
Look what he gave me. He insisted on it. Wouldn't take no for an answer. Oh, Anne, I felt so embarrassed.
Why? I think that's rather nice.
Well, so do I, but he can't afford to give me expensive presents like this. Well, it's not right.
Don't you worry about that, Vera. George can afford all the gold lighters he wants.
Oh, he must earn a fortune. What does he do? You do know? I mean, why is it such a secret?
Vera, when George started out, he didn't have a penny. But he's never let that or the fact that he's had almost no formal education stand in his way. Now he's practically a millionaire. He's tough and he's clever, and there are not too many people left in this town who are prepared to cross him. And I think that's quite something, don't you?
Yes. Look, and what is it exactly that he does?
I work for him, Vera. I was working for him when I was at the prison.
Good morning.
Oh, hello.
I'll give you a lift.
Oh, no, my bus is on its way.
No trouble. Dropped into your place, but you'd gone. Something wrong?
I was going to post it to you.
It was a gift.
I saw Anne last night. What do you do for a living, George?
Didn't Anne tell you?
She told me to ask you.
You see, I think you feel about people because of what they are, not what they do. Would it make any difference how you feel about me if you knew what I did?
I don't know.
You see, I was brought up in the old-fashioned way. My mother was married to the old man for 40 years. She had 8 kids. She never once asked what he did for a living. There are certain things in life that are separate in a man's life.
But didn't it worry her?
Not to my knowledge. Some things you've just got to take a man on trust. Now, what about that lift?
All right.
I don't believe it.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, it's not bad either.
Don't be awful.
You know, Vera was almost human yesterday. Do you think he's the reason?
Well, good luck to her.
I'll see you later at Anne.
Morning, Vera. Hello, Meg. Your friend wasn't talking about Anne Yates, was he?
Taken to eavesdropping, have you?
Oh, forget it.
No, let's have this out once and for all. Who I see and what I do outside this place is my business.
Not when you're seeing an ex-officer who was forced to resign because she broke every rule in the book.
Why don't you tell the governor?
Oh, come off it, Vera. It's just that I don't want to see you get into something you can't get out of.
Well, I think I know who my real friends are.
All right. It's none of my business. But Anne Yates is trouble.
She's changed.
Oh?
Look, since when have you cared about what I do or how I feel? Just stop putting my friends down. Take a look at your own life for a change and stop butting into everyone else's.
If it makes you feel any better, I'll tell you what I do for a living.
Yes, I think it would.
Right. We'll discuss it later at Anne's. But first I'm going to take you home so you can get into something that's a little more in keeping with the way I like to remember you. Then we'll go somewhere quiet, just the two of us.
Isn't Anne expecting us?
I put it off until later. I think we need some time together.
Pays well, and we live well.
Contact?
Look, Vera, I told George that you might be interested in coming in with us.
What?
I worked for George when I was at the prison. We need a replacement.
Doing what?
Carrying in a few supplies.
Part of my business is dealing in drugs, Vera. Vera, you've got this all wrong.
Not anymore. There had to be some reason for you being so nice. There always is, isn't there?
That's not true.
What do you do, George? Come back here after you've seen me and laugh about it? Well, I'm not going to be used.
Just you listen to me for a second.
I've listened to you too much.
Why don't you grow up? You're not a child.
Well, that line's been used before. But don't worry. I won't tell anyone. I don't want anyone to know that I was so easily used.
God's sake, leave the stupid bitch alone.
Shut up.
I should have known. Old Vera was always one to bend the rules, never break them. Ah, don't worry. I'll find somebody else.
Hey, who's this bloke?
Where? Oh, I don't know.
That's Vera.
Come on, Dory.
Oh, no, I just want to have a squeeze.
Okay, I admit it. At first I tried to get to know you because I thought I could use you. But that's all changed.
You're just saying that because you're afraid I know too much.
Look, I don't care if you believe me or not, but you're going to listen. I didn't mean to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. Look, I'm not kidding myself. I've been a user all my life. But most of them wanted to be used. I appealed to their greed. But you could be a warm, caring woman. I don't want to change that because of something I did. Damn it, Vera, I care.
Crikey.
Sorry I'm late. Something's come up. I won't be able to see you for a few days. I'm going away.
I see.
Well, it'd be better for you if we weren't seen together.
You're in trouble.
Anne's been arrested. Dealing. There's nothing I can do for her, but I do owe her something. Look, I know what it's going to be like for her inside, being an ex-crew. So I'd appreciate it if you'd keep an eye on her.
God, you are a hard bitch.
How dare you speak to me like that? Whatever there is between George and I has nothing to do with you.
Oh, then he hasn't told you about my little insurance policy?
What are you talking about?
I worked for George for quite a time. Got to know his business very well. In our line, you need a bit of protection. So I left a letter with my solicitor, giving away a few trade secrets. If anything happens to me, that letter will be sent straight to the police. And that, darling Vera, means that you'll be saying goodbye to dear old George for about 10 years.
Damn, where'd I put my purse? I'm late.
That's my fault.
Yes, now I've got to go. Don't do this to me. I'm late.
Who cares?
Well, someone might come and find out why.
Why would they? Unless, of course, Anne Yates said something. You will keep an eye on her, won't you?
Bastard. You keep the door locked.
Sprung a leak, Molly. Oh, right.
What happened? Judy, get the doctor. Quick! Well?
Your friend Yates stuck a knife in me.
Just like that, self-defense more likely.
No, it bloody wasn't.
What have you done to her?
Nothing. Why don't you go after you bloody useless?
Shut up, Ferguson, and get to yourself. And you. Look, we'll lock them in, all of them. I'll hit the alarm.
Hey, what's going on? Where is everybody?
Anyone seen Yates?
No, Miss Bennett. What's going on?
Get to yourselves.
What for?
Are you arguing? Can't you hear the bell?
Well, where's Bea and Monty?
Look, just get going.
Oh, what did you do that for?